A warm welcome to Aviation this week on Channels Television. I'm Bukola Joe Oketumbi. Aviation is a vital facilitator of global trade and a driver of connectivity, tourism and investment. In recent years, the aviation industry has shown its resilience by adapting itself to satisfy the needs of an ever-evolving market, with four principal drivers that include geographical location, airline business models, application of public policy and regulation, and airports. On this edition, we take a look at how airport infrastructure impacts on growth. And our background report is next.
An airport is an aerodrome with facilities for flights to take off and land. Airports most times have facilities to store and maintain aircrafts and a control tower. An airport consists of a landing area which comprises an aerially accessible open space, including at least one operationally active surface, such as a runway for a plane to take off.
The number one asset of an airport is what people would never imagine, is the runway. And to build a runway is, depending on the type of runway you want to build and depending on the traffic you're expecting in that particular airport, for a decent runway, $300 million is not a small figure. Yes, it's not a big figure, sorry. You expect to spend $300 million just on the runway. That includes decent material to build the runway, the equipment that has to serve the runway, that is lighting, navigational systems, etc., and also the access to the runway, the taxiways.
A helipad often includes adjacent utility buildings such as control towers, hangars, and terminals. Larger airports may have fixed base operator services, airport aprons, air traffic control centers, as well as passenger facilities such as restaurants and lounges and emergency services. An airport with a helipad for rotorcraft but no runway is called a heliport. In Nigeria, there are 13 airstrips spread across the country. While the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria runs 22 airports around the nation, reports say over 15 are dormant, having less than 100,000 passengers in a year. The 5 major international airports include the Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport in Abuja and the Akanu Ibiam Airport in Enugu. Others are the Port Harcourt Airport in Rivers State, the Malam Aminu Kano Airport in Kano, and the Murtala Mohammed Airport in Lagos. Abuja and Lagos airports generate over 10 million passenger traffic yearly, while the remaining 4 million passenger traffic is shared by the other airports every year. FAAN's major domestic terminals include the General Aviation Terminal in Lagos, the Ilorin Airport in Kwara State, and the Benin Airport in Edo State. Airports in states like Akure, Ibadan, and Bauchi do not experience a lot of traffic and are not necessarily making money for the authority. And there are 5 international terminals in the works in different locations around the country. expected to have modern passenger facilities and also accommodate an expected rise in passenger traffic.
So the capacity is adequate enough because what we've done in these new terminals, we do not provide for offices. So we just provided strictly for passenger facilitation. If you look at Murtala Mohammed Airport and Abuja Airport, the existing airports, there are so many offices in it. So a large percentage of the space within the building is taken up by offices, operational offices, and what have you. All that we have is passenger processing facilities and shops, commercial offerings. So a lot of passengers can be processed through that, and we are also trying to link them with the existing terminals so that they can work together.
The only private terminal on the continent is also located in Lagos, and the boss here tells us building or even running an edifice like this comes at a huge cost.
For us to run this terminal, we spend more or less, just averagely, one truck of diesel, that's 33,000 liters per week. Yes, not because we want to, because we have to. Yes, if we would be able to have 100%, or let's even say 80% of electricity, our running cost would be much, much lower. Because running cost is not just buying diesel. Electricity comes and goes, sometimes multiple times a day. So we have all the electronic equipment, all the electrical equipment that blow. We have UPSs that have to be maintained.
There are also state-owned airports like the Asaba Airport in Delta State, the Akwa Ibom Airport in Uyo, the Gombe Airport, and the Jigawa Airport. The Dutse Airport, built by the Jigawa state government, gulped a whopping 15.5 billion naira from the state's loan purse. But the airport, which was commissioned last October, is yet to attract scheduled domestic flights except for charter operations and during airlifting of pilgrims for Hajj. Some states may have achieved their dream, but not the revenue. Other states like Ekiti, Nasarawa, Bayelsa, Abia, Osun and Ogun are at various stages in their plans to build an airport. Airports are indeed windows of any community in a country. They are inevitable for a community that wants to be connected to other communities within and outside a country. While this is more important, profit from such an investment is actually needed to drive other sectors. And so, for governments who are set on this edifice, experts say it's a case of look before you leap.